The jungle moon of Lutha 9 was hot, dark, and full of strange sounds. In the middle of the thick green trees stood a giant stone temple. Inside it, hundreds of tribal aliens called the Gurnok danced and shouted around a large fire pit. Their skin was rough and gray, covered in red paint. Their teeth were sharp, and their eyes glowed yellow in the dark. Tied to a wooden post above the fire was a young alien woman named Vera. Her skin was soft and purple-blue, and her long silver hair was dirty and messy now. Her clothes were torn. She had bruises on her arms and legs. Smoke rose around her as the flames below grew hotter. Her eyes were wide with fear, and she struggled against the ropes holding her. "Please!" she shouted in her own language, but the Gurnok didn't. Listen. They just laughed and cheered louder. The Gurnok chieftain, a tall beast with a necklace of bones, raised his arms. "The fire will clean the sky! The outsider will burn for the gods!" The crowd roared. Vera cried out, coughing from the thick smoke. She had only come to this moon to study the rare energy crystals under the surface. She was a peaceful scientist, not a fighter. Her ship had crashed 3 days ago after strange lightning hit it mid-air. She had survived, but only for a short time. The Gurnok found her, called her a sky thief, and dragged her to their temple. They didn't ask questions. They only saw her as an offering to their fire god. Now she was hanging above the flames, and her skin was starting to blister. The heat was unbearable. Her legs shook with pain. Suddenly, the heavy wooden doors of the temple slammed open. A loud boom echoed through the temple. The music stopped. The Gurnok all turned their heads toward the smoke-filled entrance. A figure stood there, tall and silent. It was not another Gurnok. It was not any kind of alien they knew. It was a human. He wore black armor with glowing blue lines across his chest and arms. A helmet covered his face, with a red visor shaped like a V. In his right hand, he held a strange long weapon, sleek, deadly, and humming with energy. He took one slow step forward. The Gurnok closest to the door growled and raised his club. "Kill the metal ghost!" The human said nothing. Zap! A flash of blue light shot from his weapon. The Gurnok flew back, his club flying from his hands. He hit the wall and didn't move. Gasps spread through the crowd. The chieftain shouted something in their native tongue, and 10 warriors charged at the human. The human didn't panic. He raised his left hand, pressed a button, and a small drone flew out from behind his back. It zipped through the air, shocking 2 of the warriors with electric bolts. They dropped, twitching. The human moved like water, smooth, fast. He ducked under one spear, rolled forward, and fired again. Another warrior screamed and fell. The rest stopped, unsure what to do. Then, the human pointed the weapon at the chieftain. "Let her go," he said in Galactic common. His voice was cold, robotic, but angry. The chieftain took one step back. "You are not of this world, why protect her?" The human didn't answer. Instead, he walked to the fire pit. With one shot, he broke the chains holding Vera. She fell forward into his arms, coughing and weak. Her skin was hot, her lips dry, but she looked up at him and whispered, "You... human?" He nodded. She smiled weakly. "Thought I was going to die." "Not today," he replied. He sprayed a cooling mist from a small tube on her burns, then lifted her like she weighed nothing. The Gurnok backed away. Some dropped their weapons. Others fell to their knees. "The Sky Devil," one shouted. "The Ghost of War!" the chieftain growled, but he didn't attack again. His tribe had never seen anything like this. The human turned and carried Vera toward the door. The crowd split to let him pass. Outside, the jungle was quiet. The human walked fast but careful, scanning the trees. He reached a hidden area behind the ruins and placed Vera on the soft grass. He pulled off his helmet. He was a man in his 30s. Rough face, sharp eyes, brown skin, black short hair, a scar above his left brow. "My name is Logan," he said, opening a small bag and giving her water. Logan Vex. "Vera," she whispered. "You're lucky I caught your signal," he said. "Your ship's distress beacon was weak. I didn't think anyone would come." "I almost didn't," Logan said with a shrug. "But I don't like tribal burn pits, not my style." She laughed softly, then winced in pain. He handed her a pain patch. "Stick this on your neck, it'll help." She nodded and did as told. In the distance, the jungle rumbled. Animal cries echoed in the night. Vera looked toward the temple. "They'll come after us." Logan nodded. "Let them. I've dealt with worse." He looked at the dark sky. "We'll move at dawn. I have a camp 2 clicks from here. Can't fly my shuttle until I fix the drive coil." Vera looked at him, truly seeing him now. "You're not military, are you?" "Was," he said simply. "Now I just go where I'm needed." She smiled. Again, a real smile this time. "Thank you, Logan." He didn't smile back, but his eyes softened. He checked his weapon, then scanned the jungle again. The fire pit was far behind them now, but the danger was not over. The Gernok would come. And when they did, they'd face something they never expected. A human. The jungle of Lutha 9 was alive with strange sounds. Giant bugs buzzed. Colorful birds cried from the trees. The wind carried the smell of fire and fear. Logan Vex walked carefully through the thick vines, holding Vera close in his arms. She was weak, but awake now. The pain patch was working. Her burns were not too deep, but her body was still tired. Logan's boots crunched over wet leaves. His armor glowed softly in the dark, casting blue light around them. His face was calm, but his eyes moved fast. He scanned everything, every sound, every shadow. Behind them, deep in the jungle, he could hear the distant beating of drums. "They're following us," Vera whispered, holding his chest weakly. "I know," Logan said. "Can you fight them?" "Again?" Logan gave a small smirk. "Yeah, but I'd rather not. Too many of them." He stopped beside a huge fallen log. It was hollow inside. He gently placed Vera on the soft moss nearby. "We'll rest here for 10 minutes, he said. "Then we move." Vera looked up at him. You're human, right?" "Yeah. I thought humans never come out this far." "Most don't," Logan said, checking his gear. "I'm not most." He sat down beside her and took a small round ball from his pouch. He tapped it and a blue hollow map floated in the air. "Your ship crashed here," he said, pointing to a glowing dot. "The temple is behind us. My camp is 2 clicks north." Vera blinked slowly. "Why did you come?" Logan looked at her. His voice was quiet. "I was chasing your distress signal." "You came just for me?" He shook his head. "Didn't know who sent it. Could have been pirates. Or worse." "But you still came." He nodded. "Couldn't ignore it. That's not what we do." Vera stared at him. "You're a soldier." "Used to be," he said. "Terran Marines. I quit after the Zinthar War." Vera sat up a little. "You fought in that war?" "Yeah. On the front lines. Saw a lot of bad things. Lost a lot of friends." "I studied that war," Vera said softly. "Humans, you weren't even part of the galaxy before that. Then you joined, fought, and won." Logan gave a short laugh. "We didn't win. We survived." He looked up at the stars through the jungle canopy. "After the war, I left Earth. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't sit still. So I started helping people. One job at a time." "You saved me," Vera said. "Yeah," Logan nodded. "That's one job." Suddenly, the hollow map flashed red. Logan jumped up, weapon ready. "Movement. Southwest," he whispered. Vera sat up. "How many?" Logan checked the scanner. 3. Gernok scouts. Close." He looked around. Time to move. He helped her up. She limped, but she could walk now. They moved quickly through the trees, quiet as shadows. Logan walked in front, weapon raised. Vera followed close behind. As they passed a dark ravine, Logan stopped and pointed to a narrow bridge made of vines and branches. "We cross here," he said. They stepped carefully onto the bridge. It swayed with each movement. Below them, sharp, rocks waited in a deep gorge. Halfway across, they heard a growl. "Behind us!" Vera cried. 3 Gurnok scouts came out of the trees, holding spears and nets. Logan didn't hesitate. He turned and fired. One scout screamed and fell. The others jumped to the side, dodging the shots. "Go!" Logan shouted. Vera ran the rest of the way across. Logan followed, then cut the bridge rope with a plasma blade. The vines snapped and fell, taking the angry Gurnok with them. They ran again, deeper into the jungle. After 30 minutes, they reached a small hidden cave covered with green moss and vines. Logan pulled back the plants, revealing a metal door. He pressed his hand on a scanner, and the door opened with a hiss. Inside was a small camp, clean and neat. A power core glowed in the corner. A few boxes of supplies sat on the floor. And in the back, a sleek black shuttle was half covered in tools and wires. "Home sweet home," Logan said. He helped Vera lie down on a soft cot and gave her food and water. She looked around. "This is yours?" "Yeah. Built it myself. Comes with auto turrets and a cloaking field. You've been here long?" 2 weeks, Logan said. "I was chasing a pirate ship, but it vanished near this moon. Then I picked up your signal." Vera took a deep breath. "I'm lucky you came." "Not luck," Logan said. "Just timing." He went to the back of the cave and began working on the shuttle's drive coil. Sparks flew as he adjusted the wires. Vera watched him. "Why do you do this?" He didn't look up. "Do what?" "Risk your life for strangers?" Logan paused. Then he looked at her. "Because someone has to," he said. "The galaxy's full of monsters. Not just the Gurnok. Slavers, raiders, corrupt empires. Most people run. I don't." Vera smiled. "You're strange." "Humans usually are," he said. Suddenly, an alarm beeped. Logan rushed to the console. A red light blinked fast. "They found us." Vera sat up. "What? How?" "They tracked us," Logan said. "I didn't cover the bridge trail well enough." "How many?" Logan looked at the scanner. 10. No, 15. He grabbed his gun. "They'll be here in 20 minutes. Vera stood up, holding onto the wall. "What do we do?" Logan's face was calm. "We defend." He walked to the cave entrance and activated the auto turrets. Twin machines popped up, aiming at the jungle path. "Can we win?" Vera asked. Logan loaded fresh energy cells into his rifle. "We have to." The jungle outside the cave was quiet, but not for long. Logan Vex stood near the entrance, watching the shadows between the trees. His eyes stayed sharp. His hands were steady on his rifle. Vera sat behind him, still sore, but more awake now. She had never seen someone so calm while danger approached. The auto turrets were armed and ready. Small drones floated near the tree line, scanning everything. Then the jungle began to move. Branches shook, leaves rustled. The drums began again, low and slow. Logan's visor glowed red as he spoke softly. 15 targets. Spreading out. Smart. He turned to Vera. "Get into the back corner. Don't come out unless I say." She nodded and moved behind some supply crates. Then the attack began. Gurnok warriors charged from the trees with loud screams. Their spears and axes looked crude, but their strength was real. They believed the fire god would protect them from the sky devil. They were wrong. The auto turrets opened fire. Blue plasma bolts lit up the night. 2 warriors fell before they reached the cave. Logan moved quickly, firing one shot at a time. His aim was perfect. Every shot hit. One Gernok threw a net, but Logan rolled to the side and shot him mid-air. The jungle echoed with screams. Smoke filled the air. The smell of burning leaves spread. But more Gernok kept coming. One climbed up the rock wall beside the cave. Logan spotted him and threw a shock grenade. The Gernok dropped with a loud crack of energy. Then the chieftain appeared. He was twice as large as the others, with thick armor made of bones and animal hides. He held a glowing red staff and roared a battle cry. Logan fired, but the chieftain blocked the shots with a metal shield. Behind him, 5 more warriors followed closely. "They brought their best," Logan muttered. He pressed a button on his wrist. Boom! A hidden mine exploded near the path, throwing 3 warriors into the trees. But the chieftain kept coming. Logan ran out of the cave, drawing the fire away. He jumped over logs, fired from behind trees, and dodged spears. The chieftain chased, him angry and loud. Back in the cave, Vera watched the fight through a screen. She saw Logan leading the enemy away, buying her time. But she also saw something else. On the scanner, red dots appeared on the other side of the cave. "They're flanking," she shouted into the comm. Logan heard her. "Understood. I'll handle it." He tapped a command. The second drone shot forward and shocked 2 sneaky Gernok near the back wall. Vera grabbed a small blaster from the crate beside her. It was light, but it would do. She held it tightly and waited. Outside, Logan faced the chieftain in a clearing. The giant beast roared and charged. Logan rolled aside, fired again, but the shield blocked it. Then the chieftain swung his red staff. It hit Logan's arm, sending sparks across his armor. He grunted and fell back. The chieftain laughed. "The Sky Devil bleeds!" Logan stood, breathing hard. "Yeah, but not for long." He threw a smoke bomb. The area filled with thick gray clouds. Then silence. The chieftain growled, swinging wildly. Then a sharp blast from behind. Logan had circled around and fired a high-powered bolt at the back of the chieftain's armor. The beast screamed and dropped to one knee. Logan walked closer and aimed at his head. "Not so strong without your fire, God," he fired. The chieftain fell. The rest of the warriors saw their leader die, and fear spread. The Sky Devil had won again. The Gernok retreated into the jungle, dragging their wounded. The battle was over. Logan returned to the cave, tired and bruised. "You okay?" Vera asked. He nodded. "Fine, took a few hits." She smiled. "You saved us again." He sat down and drank water. "This won't stop them forever. They'll come back. Maybe with more tribes." "Then we need to leave this moon," Vera said. "I know," Logan replied. "But the shuttle still needs repairs. Drive coils. Offline. We need 1 more day." Vera looked at him. "I'll help." "You're still hurt." "I'm not useless," she said. "I'm a scientist, remember?" Logan smiled faintly. "All right. Let's get to work." The next morning, they worked together. Vera used her knowledge to fix the power converter. Logan replaced damaged panels and rewired the drive. They talked while working. "I studied planets like this one," Vera said. "The crystals here have high energy, maybe too high. That's why my ship crashed." Logan raised an eyebrow. "You think the crystals brought your ship down?" "Yes," she said. "Natural lightning, maybe triggered by crystal storms." Logan looked thoughtful. "Then why are the Gernok guarding it?" Vera paused. "Maybe they know more than we think." Suddenly she remembered something. "They took my data crystal. It's in the temple." Logan stopped working. "That crystal, what's on it?" "My full report, maps, energy readings, even deep scans of the underground ruins." Logan stood up. "If they have that data, it's dangerous." "Yes," Vera said. "If pirates find it, they'll come. Here, they'll kill the Gernok, strip the land. Then we have to go back," Logan said. "Tonight." Vera stared at him. "Back into the temple?" He nodded. "We'll sneak in, get the crystal, then leave." She swallowed hard. "That's crazy." "I've done worse," Logan said. We'll be ghosts, in and out. She looked at him. You're serious? I always am. That night they packed light. Logan wore stealth armor. Vera carried a scanner and light pistol. They left the cave and moved like shadows through the jungle. No drums this time. The Gurnok were silent, mourning their dead. They reached the edge of the temple. Smoke still rose from the ruins. Guards were few now, tired and afraid. Logan signaled. They climbed a side wall and slipped into the shadows. Inside, the temple was dark and cold. They found the chieftain's chamber. Bones, treasures, and old tech lay inside. Vera spotted her data crystal glowing in a bowl of ash. She reached for it, but a whisper came from the corner. A surviving elder, old and blind, sat there. He hissed something in the Gurnok tongue. Logan raised his weapon. The elder didn't move. He won't stop us, Vera whispered. They took the crystal and left the chamber quickly. Just as they reached the exit, a young Gurnok warrior blocked their path. He looked scared, but brave. He raised a spear. Vera stepped forward. Please, we don't want more death. The young warrior stared. Then slowly, he lowered his spear. Logan gave a short nod. Smart kid. They vanished into the night. Back in the cave, Vera plugged the crystal into her pad. She showed Logan the scans. Below the temple was a buried structure. Not Gurnok. Older. Alien. Powerful. It's a weapon, isn't it? Logan asked. Yes, Vera said. Big enough to destroy planets. Logan's eyes went cold. Then we really need to leave. The moon hung low over the jungle, its pale light shining through the thick leaves. Logan, Vex, and Vera moved silently toward the Gurnok village. The air smelled of smoke and wet earth. The village was small, rough huts built from wood and bones, scattered around a wide clearing. The ruins of the temple still glowed faintly behind them. The fire from the last battle had not fully died. The village was quiet now, but Logan knew danger waited in every shadow. We need to get your data crystal back, Logan whispered. Vera nodded. It has everything. If the Gurnok sell it, or give it to pirates, the whole galaxy is in danger. Logan checked his gear. We'll go in at night, fast and quiet. They climbed a tall tree and watched the village below. Gurnok guards patrolled with spears and torches. The tribe was wounded but still dangerous. Their eyes were sharp, full of hate for the sky devil who destroyed their chief. Logan touched Vera's arm. Ready? She swallowed hard. Ready. Together, they dropped down behind a hut and slipped between the shadows. The village was like a maze, with narrow paths between huts and piles of bones. They moved slowly, avoiding guards and traps. Vera's scanner beeped softly, tracking the crystal's signal. Suddenly, a guard stopped nearby. Logan froze. The guard looked around, then walked away. That was close, Logan whispered. Vera nodded, heart pounding. They reached the center of the village, the market square where the crystal was kept. A few warriors stood near a large wooden chest. Logan made a hand signal. He took out a small device and threw it near the guards. It exploded silently, releasing a thick smoke. The guards coughed and waved their hands, confused. Logan and Vera slipped past them and ran to the chest. Vera opened it carefully. Inside, glowing softly, was the data crystal. She grabbed it and tucked it safely in her bag. Suddenly, footsteps echoed behind them. Stop! A rough voice shouted. A warrior appeared. Spear raised. Logan grabbed Vera and pushed her behind a crate. He pulled his rifle and fired a warning shot. The warrior hesitated. But more warriors came running. Vera looked at Logan. We have to fight. Logan nodded. Stay close. The warriors charged. Logan fired, hitting one in the arm. Vera pulled out her blaster and aimed carefully. A fierce battle began in the village square. Sparks flew, screams echoed. Logan ducked behind a fallen beam and tossed a smoke grenade. The smoke spread fast, hiding their movements. They ran toward the temple ruins, hoping to escape. But as they reached the edge of the village, a young Gernok warrior blocked their way. Vera stepped forward, holding the crystal. "Please, we don't want more death." The warrior stared at them. His eyes were angry but uncertain. Suddenly the ground shook. Logan looked up. The temple's old walls were crumbling. Fire spread quickly, licking at the wooden huts. The young warrior turned and shouted, "Run! The gods are angry!" Chaos exploded. Logan grabbed Vera's hand. "This way!" They ran through burning paths, dodging falling debris. The fire grew. Flames swallowed the huts one by one. Logan used his wrist device to call an airstrike. A low hum sounded overhead. Bright beams of light struck the temple ruins, destroying the source of the fire. The Gernok warriors fled in fear. Logan and Vera reached a hill overlooking the burning village. They looked back at the flames. The village was lost. Vera's eyes filled with tears. They were just trying to protect their home. Logan nodded. "Sometimes to stop something worse, you have to burn what's in front of you." Vera looked at the crystal in her hand. "We can't let this happen again." Logan turned to her. "We'll warn the galaxy. We'll make sure no one uses that weapon." Together they watched the fire burn through the night, knowing their fight had only just begun. The jungle was dark and silent as Logan and Vera hurried through the thick trees. The fire from the burning village still glowed behind them, lighting the sky with orange flames. The smoke mixed with the damp air, making it hard to breathe. Logan carried Vera carefully. Her strength was weak, but her eyes were sharp and full of determination. The data crystal was safely tucked in her bag, glowing softly. "We have to reach my shuttle," Logan said. "It's hidden near the river. Not far now." Vera nodded. "They will come after us. The Gernok will not forget." "I know," Logan replied. "But we have something they want, something dangerous." They moved fast but quietly, stepping over roots and broken branches. Every shadow seemed alive. Strange animals called out in the night. Logan's senses were alert, ready for any attack. After 20 minutes, they reached a small clearing by the river. Hidden behind thick bushes was Logan's sleek black shuttle. It was old but powerful, with lights glowing softly in the dark. Logan set Vera down gently. He ran to the shuttle and opened the hatch. Inside, the cockpit was filled with blinking screens and control panels. "We're almost safe," Logan said. "I just need to finish the repairs." Vera watched him work. "What did the data crystal show you?" Logan looked up, his face serious. "There is an ancient weapon buried beneath the temple. It's powerful enough to destroy entire planets." Vera's eyes widened. "The Gernok were guarding it all this time." "Yes, but they didn't know how to use it," Logan said. "If pirates or warlords find it, they could start a war no one can stop." Vera swallowed hard. "Then we must stop them." Logan nodded. "That's why we have to warn the galaxy. Tell the human colonies, the Galactic Council. This weapon can't fall into the wrong hands." The shuttle hummed as Logan completed the repairs. He ran a final check on the engines and controls. Suddenly, the jungle exploded with noise. Shouts, footsteps, and angry cries came from all sides. "The Gernok!" Vera cried. "They found us!" Logan grabbed his rifle and stepped outside. The Gernok warriors were running through the trees, weapons raised. They were angry and desperate. Logan fired warning shots into the air. "We don't want more fighting!" But the warriors kept coming. Logan looked at Vera. "Get inside. I'll hold them off." She hurried into the shuttle, locking the door. Behind her, Logan raised his rifle and took cover behind a large rock. The Gernok charged. His aim was true. One by one, the warriors fell or retreated, but more kept coming. Logan's armor took several hits, and he felt the sting of pain. He knew he couldn't keep this up forever. Suddenly, the sky lit up. A squad of human fighters appeared in fast ships, shining bright spotlights and firing powerful beams at the Gurnuk. The warriors screamed and scattered into the jungle. Logan lowered his weapon as the ships landed nearby. "Logan!" a voice called. It was Captain Mira, his old friend and leader of the rescue team. "We got your signal," she said. "We're here to help." Vera stepped out of the shuttle, holding the data crystal tightly. "We have to get this to the Galactic." "Council?" Logan said. Captain Mira nodded. "Agreed. We'll take you to the nearest station, then we'll send ships to secure the planet." Logan looked back at the burning village one last time. "We started a war here," he said quietly. Vera placed a hand on his shoulder. "No. We stopped a greater one." As the rescue team prepared to leave, Logan and Vera sat in the shuttle. The engines hummed, ready for launch. Vera looked at Logan. "What will happen now?" He smiled softly. "Now, we warn the galaxy. Humans, don't give up. We fight to protect others." The shuttle lifted off, flying into the stars. Below, the jungle moon of Lutha 9 burned, but far away, new hope was rising.